The night before the test. I was in 7th grade, old enough to study on my own, but still young enough to feel lost when things went wrong. Until then, I'd always done well in school. My teachers trusted me, my parents were proud, and I liked that feeling of being someone they could depend on. But that evening was different. Two tests the next day, geography and science, and, for the first time, I wasn't ready. The words on the page blurred, the maps made no sense, and panic started to creep in. When my father came home, I was sitting quietly at my desk, pretending to study. I still remember the sound of his footsteps approaching, calm, steady, familiar. He stopped at the door and asked softly, "Everything all right?" I hesitated, then blurted out, "Papa, I'm not ready for tomorrow's test. I don't think I'll do well." He didn't scold me or look disappointed. He just smiled and said, "Bring your books." Those three words changed everything. I sat down beside him with my textbooks. We began with geography. He asked questions, explained each chapter with stories, the rivers, the mountains, the deserts. He made everything come alive. Then science. The same calm voice, the same patience. He didn't just help me study. He helped me breathe again. Little by little, the panic disappeared, and all that remained was peace. The quiet kind of peace that only a parent's presence can bring. When we finished, he closed the book and said, "See, it's never as bad as it looks. You just needed to start." He patted my head and left the room. The next morning, I went to school calm and steady. I don't even remember what marks I got in that test, but I remember that night. Because that night wasn't about geography or science. It was about trust and love and the feeling of being safe, knowing that someone had my back, always. Years have passed since then. Life has grown larger, more complicated. There are no school tests anymore. But there are other kinds, harder, lonelier ones. And sometimes in the middle of them, I still find myself wishing I could hear those same footsteps again. I wish I could walk to him, admit that I'm not ready, and hear him say once more, "Bring your books." It wouldn't matter what the problem was. I know he'd find a way to make sense of it. He's not here anymore. And yet, in some strange way, he still is. Each time I face something that feels too big, I remember that night. The calm of his voice, the quiet strength in his patience, the warmth that filled the room. It's funny how the smallest moments become the ones that live forever. That night before the test wasn't just about geography or science. It was about love, trust, and the certainty that, no matter how unprepared life makes you feel, there was once someone who made you believe you could handle it. And that belief, his gift to me, has never left.